In this Access lesson, I'm going to deal with Datasheet view and some of the different features we have regarding what we see, what we don't see, window view type of options. So to begin with, I want you to know that you can move your columns here in Datasheet view. Now typically you would determine how you want your columns to be in design view. After all, that's what it's for. Okay. However, if somebody's designed the table and you don't like the order, or you want to temporarily change it, you can do that. So you would simply select the column you wish to move, and then you would just click and drag that column wherever you'd like. Now, it's temporary, and when you come back into this table, it'll be back to the way it was, unless, of course, you do this. So now, if I take first and I put it after last, and when I go to close this, if I say that yes, I want to save this layout, oddly enough, the next time you open this table, it will have last name first and first name last, even though in design view it clearly states the opposite. So if I hit yes here, and then I open the table again, last and first stuck, even though when I go to design view, it's first then last. Don't know why you'd want to do that. Typically, I'd want to live with what I've got, but just know that you can. Next comes hiding columns. You can right click and hide any column. Now let's say I want to do a mail out and all I really want to see is the personal information. I could right click on any column and hide. Now, to be honest, rather than do that for every single column that I want to hide, I've always preferred unhide in this feature, because unhide gives you a list. And from this list, I can determine all of the things that I want to hide. So unhide works as hide and unhide. So if you understand what I'm saying here, I would simply, in one area, determine all of the things that I want hidden this way, rather than right click on every one of them individually and ask them to hide. So from unhide, you can hide. So now you've seen the background here that I've got a whole bunch of them that aren't showing, and only the ones I need really to mail this out are the ones showing. And when I want to bring them back, I would come back and I would say, okay, I want you all back. So unhide is a much better feature in Access than hide is, because of all the options you have. Changing widths, much like Word and Excel, you simply go to the very top. You have three options. Click and drag is a great option. Double click will adjust it automatically to the widest entry. So those are the two smartest options. The one that I don't really like, I find it to be useless really, is you can right click on a field and then you can look for it. There it is, column width, and you can set it to where you want it to be. Now really, unless you're reading it out of a book, you wouldn't know what you want it to be. Typically, best fit works best, and why would I want to go all the way to this menu to best fit it when I could simply double click and get the same effect? The last one I want you to know about is the ability to freeze, as we do in Excel. So if I want to scroll through these records and see everything, and yet still see the ID, the customer ID, I can choose to freeze this field right here. Okay, so I'm just going to right click and I'm going to say freeze columns. And now as I scroll over, customer ID stays there. So that's a feature that works exactly the same way it does in Microsoft Excel, right? Except in Excel sometimes we freeze both. We don't have to here because automatically your labels at the top are frozen. So when you're freezing in Access, you're really only freezing columns. You don't have the opportunity or really the need to freeze the rows.